A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your guy Elijah.gichuru. I'm coming to you live from my own communication center in my house. Thank you so much for subscribing. As always, this is the greatest YouTuber in the territory of the Republic of Kenya. Now, President William Ruto has considered the opinions of Kenyans and reduced a number of taxes. So this news was broken by Wakili Edward Moiru, who also doubles up as Gatanga Member of Parliament, that was formerly held by Peter Kenneth. So this Member of Parliament has come out to, first of all, tell us that the housing levy has been reduced from 3% to 1.5%. These are good news to Kenyans who are saying that the levy was so high. 3% was quite high, considering that there are other deductions in the salary, including the income tax, the NSSF, NHIF. We have people, if you have insurance, you have a loan. I mean, the deductions was so many. So this led to the president listening to people. In fact, today there was a hashtag trending saying that Ruto listens, okay, and indeed he has listened to the cry of Kenyans, and the housing levy has reduced. Now, critics are still criticizing the president because somebody like the Jubilee organizing secretary Pauline Njoroge has said that, in a sarcastic tone, he has said that congratulations, at least now it was to take 100 years to get a house using the 3% housing levy. Now it's gonna take 200 years after it was reduced by half, which is something, a critic of the sort, or what we call sarcasm. Okay. Also, the other thing is, Pauline also talked about the fact that Ruto will come after 7 years to tell us that the houses he was building are in heaven, not on earth. This is after some of his promises have botched. For instance, the promise on gas this month, June, was to retail at 300 to 500, but now he's still at an all-time high. And also other promises that have not worked in the past. So they think that even this one, economically speaking, economists have dismissed the housing levy plan, saying it's not viable, it's not possible, because you guys consider somebody earning 30,000 or 50,000 and 1.5% is used to make a house. I mean, if you can't even make a house with your entire 100%, how is 1% going to make your house? How? You are making 50,000 and 30,000. Your entire salary cannot make a house. Now you're telling us that 1.5 will make a house. Anyway, let's see how that goes. So that is the first tax that President Ruto has reduced. It was such a contentious tax. Yeah, people have really made a lot of noise because of that tax. Another tax I want us to focus on is the digital content creators tax that has been slashed from 15% to 5%. Okay. Yeah, so digital content creation tax has been reduced from 15% to 5%. This comes after digital content creators met at State House, and they talked to the president. They urged him to reduce the tax, and the president has listened to them finally, and the tax has been reduced by 10%, which is such a great news. That's a very huge margin. And 5% is manageable, considering that their counterparts are having to foot 30%. They are having to work on 30% income tax, but now 5% is really workable, and it is something that which is a blessing to content creators. Okay, so we are yet to see the reactions of the people who are agitating for the reduction, including Eric Omondi and the other comedians. We are waiting to see if they will embrace the 5% or they will continue to push for lower rates or for even zero rating. Okay. Next is the National Assembly Finance Committee has recommended the retention of 16% value added tax on petroleum products. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road, guys. The petroleum products, including diesel, what else, petrol and stuff, was retailing at, or was being charged 8%. Okay, now it's double, it's 16%. So the rise in petroleum that you've been seeing over the time, and people are still complaining it's high, is going to double. I'm yet to see the price of petrol in this new government. I'm yet to see, because if 8% was such a burden to Kenyans, how about 16%? It's going to be more and more difficult for people to survive. And the challenge with this our country is that the rise in petroleum products automatically means everything else will go up. That's the problem, because the farmers will claim they need petrol to transport their products to the market. The raw materials need transport to the factories. Passengers need commuter. What else? Basically everything relies on transport, and that's why you find any time, any moment we have a rise in petroleum products, it leads to a automatic increase in everything. So life is not gonna be easy, you guys, going forward because of these recommendations. Next, the Finance Committee recommended tax waivers on agricultural inputs, vaccines, and electric cars. Okay, that is a good thing, because if we have cheap food, then it's going to be good for food security. People starving, it's not right, and things like that. Okay, and also the other thing is about vaccines. Yeah, remember COVID has hit people and stuff. Therefore, if this thing reduces the cost of vaccine, more people will get immunization, more children will get immunization against the normal BCG, things like that, and also electric cars. Now that is the other point that is very, very, very commendable, because if people get electric cars, then the cost of fuel will drastically drop. The reason why the cost of fuel in Kenya is so high, it's because there is no alternative. You either have to use fuel or fuel, you get. So but if we have an alternative to electric, like I've seen bus companies in Kenya, Super Metro to be specific, they now have electric buses. And I would like to know the cost of servicing, the cost of maintaining these buses, how they charge, how long they charge, because the future is electric, renewable energy, because now, if we don't have energy that is renewable, it becomes very difficult to sustain oil. Oil is very expensive. It will continue being expensive for a very long period of time. Because of the demand. The demand is very high for oil and petroleum products, and the monopoly that is created by these products, and the cost of mining. So many factors influence the cost of oil being high. The dollar, purchasing in dollars and things like that. But if we have renewable energy, you have somebody harnessing solar, then they convert that solar to energy that you can use to power your car. Then that is very commendable. It's very commendable, and it's gonna be something we are looking up to. Let's wait and see how this issue turns up. And congratulations for the government for listening to Kenyans, reducing the housing levy, and also reducing what we call the digital content creators tax. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This has been Elijah Gichuru. Continue liking, subscribing, sharing my content. I'll be here every single day to bring you the latest in everything that concerns you. Asante sana. Thank you.